You found us. Now lock it in for nonstop music from the station playing the best independent tunes on the net.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Jam City America. JamCityAmerica.com.
Hey guys, this is Crissy O from the Crissy O Music Show here on JamCityAmerica.com. If you're an unsigned artist and you want to be on my radio show, I ask that you go to JamCityAmerica.com, go to the Live DJs button at the top right of your screen, click on that, find me, Crissy O Music Show. Go to my contacts page, send me your information, and I'll get up with you about being on my radio show. Thank you guys for tuning in to Jam City America Radio. Keep on rocking.
The station bringing you the biggest music variety ever. Jam City America.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in live to the Crissy O Show on Jam City America, JamCityAmericaRadio.com. Tell all your friends, tune in. We play the best in independent and unsigned artists. Glad to be back with you guys. It is raining cats and dogs here, so if the power goes out for any reason, Bud will be filling in, just to let you guys know. We got some great guests coming up on the show tonight. Just really, really great music, great tunes, great artists, great voices. And I've got one that's called in with us tonight. We're going to start the show with Kym Larsen. Kym, are you there?
Hi, yes I am.
Hey, it's great to hear from you. We've been listening to your tunes, and man, all I've got to say is you just have a great voice.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I really enjoyed listening to your tunes, and I was glad that you got in contact with us so we could play your music here, because we love independent unsigned artists. And I think when I listened to one of your tunes, I thought, man, she sounds like Stevie Nicks.
Yes, Stevie is definitely my favorite, but I'm not trying to mimic her. I think we have very similar vocal ranges.
Yeah, you do, and you have a really great tone to your voice, too. I really like the arrangement and the styles and stuff that you do. What drew you to music? When did you know that you wanted to be a part of music? Was it early on? Was it later on in age? Or tell me about kind of the background of your musical journey.
Well, it was actually very early. I mean, like little toddler child early.
Great.
Yeah, whenever there was some type of music on TV or my parents were listening to it, I would always get into it in some way. I would sit down and listen to it or just admire the people on stage on the television and just mimicking it.
Yeah, I understand what you're talking about there, because I used to get in trouble all the time for standing in front of the TV, getting in everybody's way. So you're kind of like that too. You kind of gravitated towards music. Was there any particular style or genre or anything that you gravitated towards more than the others?
Yes, it was definitely rock, because when I was, I think, about 5 years old, there was a movie called Labyrinth that came out. It had David Bowie in it. Mm-hmm. I was a really, really big David Bowie fan as a child, like a huge David Bowie fan. And he really introduced most music to me. And really, I used to pretend I was his backup singer. I would dance on my mom's coffee table. It was really fun. I just enjoyed playing his tapes.
That's very cool, especially, the whole David Bowie influence, because, man, he was very, and he still is, very, animated, and he's so cool to watch on stage, and his tunes were, they're just wonderful rock tunes, just great.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's my first inspiration ever, and it's just kind of gravitated to all these other artists as I started to listen to the radio more and watch like music award shows. I would find other people that I would find interest in and buy their music and act out their stuff and try to sing along to it. I had a really good time. That's all I did as a kid, really. I just wanted to sing.
That's cool. Did you have any opportunities to start any bands or be in any bands or sing or anything growing up as a kid?
I was in the choirs when I was in school. I did a little bit of piano, clarinet, and the recorder I learned in second grade. I really never continued with it, kind of, really. I noticed that I was more interested in the singing part more than the instrument part.
That's obvious, especially listening to some of your tunes, and we're going to play one in just a little bit. I was listening, I was like, wow, she has a really great range, and you have great depth to your voice too. And it's very, very well done. Whoever recorded it did a great job, I think.
Yes, his name is Tim Coons. He's out of Winter Park, Florida. He, I guess pretty much he's the founder of the Backstreet Boys and JoJo. He has a record label called Rocket Records, and he's out of Atlantic Hill Music. He put that together, and he goes around and he finds artists that he finds, talented to work with, and he tries to broaden their career and try to get them somewhere.
Well, he hit the money with you, and I'm not just saying that just because you're a guest on the show. I would tell you otherwise, but I really think it's really good, and it's very quality work. You have a great voice, and great vibe. I like your sound because it's almost like, I like to call it, kind of retro rock meets kind of new rock, and it has an old and it has a new sound, which I really like, that you don't really find in some of the new age music that I kind of get a little sick of after a while, to be honest with you. Some of the stuff kind of gets a little mundane, a little monotonous, but man, I was really enjoying listening to your tunes. It was really good.
Thank you. Yeah, I definitely feel the same way about music today. There are some good artists out there, but I think a lot of it's too much. It sounds alike. They all look alike. There has to be some kind of difference there, and I really want to try to do that, but it doesn't seem like at this moment if they're ready for some kind of change.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're still plugging away and plugging away and plugging away, and that's why I'm glad we do what we do on Jam City America Radio. We play and cater to the unsigned and independent artists because we're trying to get you guys out there, and especially to promote your music and everything that you do. And I want to let's go ahead and go to the first song. It's a Stevie Nicks cover. Can you tell everybody a little bit about why you chose to record it and why you did it?
Well, I chose to do Gold Dust Woman because it's definitely a popular one, and you usually don't hear a lot of covers of this one. I hear a lot of Edge of 17 mostly, but I think it's one of Stevie's powerful ones, and I really thought that I could make it my own.
Yeah, I think you did a great job. Let's let everybody listen to this. This is Kym Larsen, Gold Dust Woman. It's a Stevie Nicks cover. Bud, go ahead and kick it off.
Silver spoon, dig your grave.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the Crissy O Show here live on Jam City America Radio, jamcityamerica.com. And we have in the house with us tonight Kym Larsen, who is a wonderful performer and singer. And that song that you just heard was a cover song of hers called Gold Dust Woman, who was originally done by Stevie Nicks. Kym, I know you had mentioned earlier on that Stevie Nicks was one of your favorite female performers. Can you kind of elaborate a little bit on that, because you guys, Stevie Nicks has a wonderful, powerful voice, but you do too. And I like the way that you put your own spin on that song and you kind of made it your own, and it was really great.
Thank you. Well, I think I got into Stevie Nicks around 2000, I believe, when her Trouble in Shangri-La album came out. I think I was a sophomore in high school, and her Everyday music video came on, and at first I really didn't care for her voice. I knew of her, but I never really cared for her too much, which is kind of funny. Like, I was never a fan until like high school. And her music video came on, and every morning it would actually be on the VH1 music television, and I grew a kind of like, this woman is so much like me. She likes the same style, her music is great, and then I saw her behind the music, and there was a lot of things we had in common. Our birthdays are 3 days apart. She's a Gemini. She loves animals. We're very similar. And I grew to find that she was the person that I really kind of wanted to follow. And I've been to a lot of her concerts. It's very hard to meet her, I will tell you that. I've given her some of my music, and I make sure to tell her it's copywritten, because I know she is not allowed to receive any material unless it's been copywritten.
Right.
But, yeah, she's definitely an inspiration. She's very down to earth, and she seems very sweet through her interviews.
Yeah, she seemed like she would be, even on TV. She's always been so likable, and so appeared to be approachable, and that she was very sincere in what she did when she wrote her music and her tunes, and that probably is what turned me on to the Stevie Nicks and the whole Fleetwood Mac band. I mean, I loved them. She's great. She's a great songwriter.
Right, definitely. I think she's one of the best that music has ever had. She's incredible with her writing.
Great. And I know you write songs as well, do you not?
Yes, I do. I write all my own stuff.
That's very cool. Now, when did you start getting into the whole songwriting scene and all of that? When did you discover that you had the ability and you had the talent that you could write songs in your own music?
I started really getting serious about it in high school, so I was probably about 16. But I know when I was a young kid, I actually, I sat down and wrote something. I can't find it now. I actually remember what it was about, though. I remember watching, I think it was like a Miss America contest, and then it inspired me, and so I started writing about it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know where that went, but I really wish I could have kept it, because I would love to be able to. It's
amazing how we look at certain things and how we look at the world, TV shows, people around us, and we just get the greatest tunes that come out of it.
Yeah, that's definitely exactly what Stevie does as well. Anything can inspire her, and then she writes on it. And
what about this tune we're getting ready to play next? Is there a story behind this one? Because I understand that you wrote this one yourself, called Rock and Roll Queen.
Yes, it's actually a ballad that I made for Stevie Nicks. It was kind of like a tribute towards her. It's kind of a story about her and kind of my view on her at the same time. I actually got in touch with, his name is Gary Lynn Hodges, and he played drums on the Buckingham Nicks album in 1973. Right. And this is actually the version that is not going to be played with Gary on it, because I just kind of got his version with him on it. Mm-hmm. But he actually has played with Stevie, and so I wanted somebody kind of on there, kind of that had a link to her in some way that kind of made it kind of cool to have a song about Stevie and someone that played with her on the album. And that is available to listen to on my Reverb Nation. You can find me under Kym Larsen, KymLarsen, to hear that other version.
Okay, and that's KimLarsen on Reverb Nation.
I actually have it KY. That's my stage name.
Really?
Yeah, I made it. Because there's actually another artist called Kym Larsen out there, so I said, well, I'm going to change it and make the I a Y.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad you corrected it because now everybody will know where they need to go.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So it's KymLarsen to find Rock and Roll Queen and all your other great tunes that you have listed up there.
Exactly.
Very cool. Well, why don't we let them listen to Rock and Roll Queen?
Sure.
Bud, go ahead and kick it off, man.
Everybody knows her name. She reaches out just the same with a heart as big as her fame. Her lyrics reach out like a flame. She casts a spell on the audience. She sings, I've got some wings. As she walks on stage, I get to witness the class that she always brings. She's loved and lost, this rock and roll queen. She's loved and lost, this rock and roll queen. As a pro, she knows the game, helping become the star she became from the start. She has no shame. Her once lover blames the band. Wish he could have took her hand. They sing on gossamer wings. As she walks on stage, I get to witness the class that she always brings. She's loved and lost, this rock and roll queen. She's loved and lost, this rock and roll queen. Writing down her words as she shares her dreams, creating a path for up and coming generations. She's loved and lost, there are no limitations. She's loved and lost, this rock and roll queen. She's loved and lost, she's loved and lost, this rock and roll queen. She's loved and lost, this rock and roll queen. This rock and roll queen. She's loved and lost, this rock and roll queen. Long chiffon wraps around as she cries out for her love. Looking up, flies a white dove. Once lover, always there, showing that he truly cares. She's loved and lost, this rock and roll queen. She's loved and lost, she's loved and lost, this rock and roll queen. This rock and roll queen. She's loved and lost, this rock and roll queen. She's loved and lost, she's loved and lost, this rock and roll queen.
Hey guys, thanks for tuned in to the Crissy O Show live on Jam City America, jamcityamericaradio.com. We've been interviewing a really great singer-songwriter, Kym Larsen. She has been featured on Reverb Nation, where she has music that you should go and download. She's a great, great artist, and we've been playing a couple of her tunes here. We played Gold Dust Woman was the first tune. This last one that we played was called Rock and Roll Queen, and she has been explaining to us how she come about writing her songs and how she likes kind of classic country, rock, pop, all these things all rolled into one, but she makes it her own, which I think is great. I think it's wonderful, Kym, that you tie all of these different genres of music and you just make it your own, because that's what I get when I listen to your tunes. They're just really great, and it's really well written too.
Thank you. Yes, I actually asked my producer, because a lot of people were like, "Are you a country artist?" And I'm like, "Well, it's actually supposed to be retro rock," but I asked my producer, Tim Coon, and he said that I'm Americana. And I had to look that up because I never heard of that before. And I don't know if maybe I'm bringing that back in style or what, but I think it's pretty neat. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I think you are bringing it back in style, especially turning out great tunes like that. I mean, Rock and Roll Queen, that was a great tune. And did you not say that you gave that to Stevie Nicks, or did you present it to her?
Well, what I did is I burned it to a CD, and I had actually met Lindsey Buckingham twice before. I didn't meet him on this Fleetwood Mac tour, but I met him last year on his own solo tour and a couple years before. But last year I had a meet and greet with him, and I actually had given him 2 of my own original songs, which is one of the next ones that you're going to play, and then the other one after that. And when I saw him and the rest of the band, I think it was actually in North Carolina, it was in June, I gave somebody that worked at the arena that they were at, and I explained my story and showed them the picture of me with Lindsey to make sure I wasn't making up a story. And I said, I really would like to get this to Lindsey, and I really do hope that he let Stevie listen to Rock and Roll Queen.
Very cool, and I like it too. I mean, I like the whole flow of it. It's got a great feel to it, and it was really cool when I listened to it, before we played it on the radio, and I was like, wow, this is something I could totally keep in my iPod and shuffle it around and listen to it quite often, because it's just a really cool tune, and it's a great tribute tune. Rock and Roll Queen, it says it all in the title. Yes,
he's definitely my biggest inspiration.
Very cool. I think let's play another tune of yours. What's the next tune? You said it was called All I Ever Wanted?
Yes, that is actually the first professionally recorded song that I ever made with my producer, and it's about me and wanting everything there is about being in the music business. It's pretty much all I ever wanted. It'll explain it in the song. It'll talk about how other people kind of give up and I don't, because I keep on wanting it. And I wrote this when I was 19, and I kind of mixed around the lyrics a little bit, though, in the studio to make them rhyme better and make them sound a little more mature than they were at the time when I was 19, because I'm 28 now. So it's kind of just, it's my debut song about wanting to be in the music business.
And that's very cool. And you very well should be in the music business because you're very good at it. So let's go ahead and kick off this tune, All I Ever Wanted. Bud, if you're ready, let's hit it.
Many people have told me that I could go far.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in again to the Crissy O Show. We're live on Jam City America Radio, jamcityamerica.com. We've been talking to a really great singer-songwriter. You just heard her tune called All I Ever Wanted. That's by Kym Larsen. You can check her out on Reverb Nation at KYMLARSEN. And Kym, go ahead and recap and tell us again about why you wrote that song, All I Ever Wanted, and what your whole inspiration behind that song was, because that is a really cool little rockin' tune.
Thanks. Well, I wrote the song when I was 19, and it's about me wanting to be in the music business. It's explaining kind of about how other people kind of give up, but I kind of keep trying and I don't give up. I've had friends that we decided, we're like, well, let's go to LA and, let's try to be in music. And then they give up, and it's like, well, I'm not giving up. I'm still standing there like, hey, here I am. They give up and I don't. I never wanted to give up. I'm still not giving up, and I won't give up. So that's pretty much what the song is about.
And that's good, too, because people like us who are musical and we're musically driven, you can tell the difference in people who are not all that musically driven, or it's not a passion like it is for an artist like you or anybody else who, is very passionate about their music and about their work. I don't think you should give up. I think you should keep plugging away at it and keep doing, whatever you feel like you need to do musically as an artist. I love your tunes, and I think people will really enjoy your tunes listening to them on Jam City America, and they can call in anytime they want to or request any of your songs, and we'll be glad to keep you rolling on here, so you have a great avenue with Jam City America Radio, and I'm proud to be a part of it. So I'm glad we got to talk to you. It's been great, and I really think you should continue on and do every avenue, everything that you can find. Do it.
I'm definitely doing that as much as I can. Network as much as I can.
Yeah, and the ones that don't want to go with you, we don't necessarily need a lot of people to drag along with us. Sometimes they'll hold you back. So it's kind of good that you realized that early on, that, all you ever wanted to do was music, and you feel that. Otherwise, you would have given up, like you said. Probably,
yes. And the next song is actually kind of about that as well, because I've kind of suffered with anxiety disorder. When I was younger, I kind of was afraid to do things on my own. So when I found friends that kind of wanted to do the same thing, it kind of gave me more drive, and I was kind of excited about it, because I would kind of sit there and be like, can I do this on myself? I would worry all the time, and I kind of finally got over that and started going to karaoke and trying to be in front of people. I won singing contests here in Central Florida for the Florida Today, and I realized that I'm ready. I'm ready now. I've gotten over the fears. I can do this on my own. I don't need anybody to hold my hand. And,
exactly.
Right, and I'm just kind of ready now to take the next step.
And I think this is a great step for you, and I'm just tickled that you contacted me on Facebook and was asking me about Jam City America Radio, and I'm like, wow, this is really cool. So when I went to checking out all your stuff and the things that you've done and all this cool stuff, just looking at the back scenes behind what makes Kym Larsen a great singer-songwriter and what makes you a great performer, I was very taken back, like, wow, she should really be on the radio all the time. I mean, there's no reason why your tunes can't be played, and I'm glad we got to be first chance to play them, because there's a lot of radio stations out there that won't, and they won't give people a chance or the time of day. I'm sorry, I just think you're great, and I love your tunes.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually... that's what I'm kind of struggling with right now, is trying to get people to kind of listen, because it's an expensive journey, and it's hard to get people to listen to new stuff if they're so used to the stuff on the radio, like the top 40. They're not going to know the indie artists.
Exactly. Right? And that's one of the great things about Jam City America Radio, is we're all about the unsigned and independent artists, because if you don't have $150 gazillion, you're not going to be played on any FM radio station. And, with any college stations, they'll play some stuff, but they'll play stuff that they like, or stuff that they have to play. They still have to have a list and things that they have to play. But with us here, if we like it and we love your story, we like your music, then we'll play you. And you make sure that you tell all your friends and fans and people to tune in to Jam City America, because we're on 24/7, and we'll totally play your tunes, and we'll get you on air with other DJs as well, to
Nice.
promote you, to help you out, because I really think that, you said you're ready. Well, we're ready for you too, and that would be great to see you go all the way.
Thank you. Yes, I will definitely tell friends and family and people to check you out.
And you need some supporters as well. I'm going to be a huge supporter of you and a big fan of yours now, because I really enjoy your music. And I think, why don't we go ahead and play this next tune? What did you say the name of it was?
It's Ready for a Landing.
Cool. Well, we'll talk about what Ready for a Landing means to you and their inspiration behind it. And just let everybody listen to it first, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it for a bit. How about that?
That sounds great.
All right, bud, if you're ready, man, hit it.
I'm ready for a landing. I'm ready, ready. It's always been me, reaching for the stars, making my own dreams. What does this all mean? What does this all mean? Riding through the wind, trying to be thin, keeping up with sin. I hope I can win. I hope I can win. Why does everybody give up so easily? Why am I the only one that stays? I'm left standing. Why is life always so demanding? So demanding. Here I am. I'm ready for a landing. I'm ready. I'm ready for a landing. I'm ready. I want to fly so high, be able to reach the sky. This time it feels so right. I will soar through the night. Why does everybody give up so easily? Why am I the only one that stays? I'm left standing. Why is life always so demanding? So demanding. Here I am. I'm ready for a landing. I'm ready. I'm ready for a landing. I'm ready. I'm ready. Many people want to win this fight. You little people ever reach the light. Never have I wanted to sing in spite. Take my hand and watch. I'm ready to ignite. I'm ready to ignite. Why does everybody give up so easily? Why am I the only one that's standing? Why is life always so demanding? Here I am. I'm ready for a landing. Why does everybody give up so easily? Why am I the only one that stays? I'm left standing. Why is life always so demanding? So demanding. Here I am. I'm ready for a landing. I'm ready. I'm ready for a landing. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for a landing.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the Crissy O Show here live on Jam City America Radio, jamcityamerica.com. We've been talking to a great singer-songwriter, just a wonderful artist. Her name is Kym Larsen, and we've played several of her tunes that she's sent to us, and this last tune was called Ready for a Landing. Kym, tell us about Ready for a Landing, why you wrote it, and the whole inspiration behind that song. That was a really, really good tune. They've all been great. Tell us about that one.
Well, Ready for a Landing is kind of about me facing my fears and getting over some of my anxieties and not wanting to be independent, because I've always been kind of dependent on other people, and it's kind of me just saying I'm ready to, break out on my own, to be able to get this done because I want to get it done, and I have the confidence now to kind of get to where I want to be. That's pretty much what Ready for Landing is about.
That's a very cool title. And it just kind of sums up, like you said, everything about you as an artist. You're ready to, kind of spread your wings and fly and land anywhere awesome that you need to be to play your tunes, to have that stage and that performance so you as an artist can come out.
Yes, I would definitely love to experience that. It's definitely what I want to do.
That's great. And I really think you're going to be on the way to doing that, because we have tons of people listening in all the time, and you never know who's listening in and who's listening to your tunes. And I think it's great. I think it's wonderful what you've been able to do as far as writing about your own experiences and things for, that you've been able to experience, and then put it to songs that relates to other people as well.
Yeah, because a lot of the artists today, I don't really think they write their own stuff as much as they used to, and a lot of the stuff doesn't really have any personal experience in it. It's kind of just, they write about whatever, kind of just about dancing and clubs and, going out to drink and stuff like that. It's like, doesn't really have any real meaning to it at all, even though it might be catchy.
Potatoes.
Yeah. So I'm all about the writing part. Music to me is an art, not just, making up things to get something on the radio. It's really about telling stories.
Exactly.
And I think that's the way
music. That's the way music really started out. That's the way it really used to be. If you listen to all the great country songs and stuff that was from the heart, that's what they did. They told stories. Even the old rock songs back in the day, when the old rock and roll, came out, real rock and roll came out, they wrote stories, and they were songs that related to them and other people, and they just really enjoyed it. And I'm actually glad that you do write songs like this, because it's almost like a breath of fresh air to hear something that that good.
Thank you. Yes, I definitely agree with you on that one for sure.
Yeah. I really think that you should write a whole lot more. And are you coming up with an album anytime soon?
Yes, I've been working on one. I was going to do an EP with my producer Tim Coons, but it's taking a little longer than I thought because of financial reasons.
Of course.
I've been trying to get sponsored. That's very hard to do, and with the economy being so bad, that's why it's taking me a little longer than I had hoped to kind of get the album put together.
But at least you're doing it.
Yes. Let's see. I started doing this, I think, when I was 26. So I'm 28 now, and so it's taken me like almost 2 years to get these 4 songs finished.
But that's okay. You've got it. And perseverance has paid off, because we've ended up listening to great tracks, great tunes. It's a great production. The work is really, really good. And I can tell that you really put a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of heart and soul behind these tunes. And to me, that just makes them great.
Yes, I definitely have. It's definitely the best experience I've ever been able to experience.
Exactly. And even if you have to do one track at a time, do one track at a time until you get them all done.
Exactly.
As long as you're out there, do it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm actually going to be writing a song for a local film around here in Central Florida soon. That's probably going to be my next one.
Very cool. I can't wait to hear it. And anytime you get new tunes and these new things, please let Jam City America Radio know. We would love to play them.
Oh, yeah. I will definitely contact you first when something new comes out.
Love to listen to them. I just, I really think as an artist, and, with your ability to write lyrics and to write, your own tunes that tells great stories, I really, really think people are going to pick up on you really fast.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I would love that.
Where can they find you at as far as purchasing your tunes, listening to your tunes, and those kinds of things? Kind of tell the listeners, and people who can go read about you online, where can they purchase your music? Okay, well,
I have a Facebook page, because I know everybody pretty much has a Facebook one. It's facebook.com/Kym Larsen Sings, but that is KymLarsensings.
Okay.
I do go by KYM. That's usually what my site will say at the top, but my real name is Kym, KIM, but I'm using the stage name KYM because of another artist that's actually out there that has the same name. So I wanted to be different somehow so people could find me.
Exactly. And no comparison either.
Yeah. It's actually a guy out in, I think it's Denmark.
Really?
Yeah, I was looking up on YouTube. I typed my name in, and this guy popped up all over, and I'm like, okay, I gotta find a different name.
Gotta change that. That's probably why all these other artists come up with their names that they have when they go on stage. If you think about it, who needs a name that when you type in 500 other people come up? Let's make it something different.
Right.
Something to remember. That people will know. And I want people to know where they can get your music at, and that's your Facebook page, and you have a Reverb Nation page. Mm-hmm. They can download and purchase your tunes. They can become a fan. They can get in touch with you. And I'm assuming that you're available for any kind of venue and shows and those kind of things if people contact you.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
That would be great, and especially being around the Florida area. Wow, there's got to be tons of places out there, for you to, chances for you to get out there and be heard now that you've been heard here. We hope to see you just flourish and just blow up the airwaves.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm near Orlando, so there's plenty of things to find there.
Exactly, and I hope they do. I hope they do contact you, Kym Larsen. That's KYN Larsen, Larsen. That's her Reverb Nation page, and her Facebook page. You can find her on Facebook as Kym Larsen Sings, but she spells it KIM LARSEN Sings, SINGS. You can go friend her on Facebook. Find out about her as an artist, her music, and I assume if people wanted a custom written song, since you are a singer-songwriter, you also have the ability that you could custom write them a song for them, couldn't you?
Sure, I'm definitely, yeah.
And collaborate with anybody. So there you go, you guys that are listening out in Jam City America Radio Land. Find Kym Larsen. You never know, it might be a wonderful, great collaboration with her. And I think everybody needs to hit her up and download her music and find her music. We'll be listening to her here, but you need to listen to her on Reverb Nation and find her and blow up these airwaves and call in and request her songs.
Thank you. Yes, definitely. Really enjoy this.
Wonderful. I think it's wonderful that that you that you have the talent and the ability, and that you persevere, that you never give up. Don't ever give up on your dream of music.
No, even though I get discouraged at times, I still end up getting back up on my feet.
Yes, and I like that. And we're here to encourage every independent unsigned artist that we can. We're here to encourage everybody. Everybody deserves a chance to be heard, especially independent and unsigned artists. There's so many artists and people out there today that I wonder, how in the heck did you get discovered? And why are people playing your stuff again?
Yeah.
But it's not like that, it's not like that everywhere, obviously. But with some people, it's just kind of gets silly that way.
I definitely agree with you.
And don't you think that music is kind of making a turnaround, like we're all kind of going back to our roots a little bit? What is your take on all of that?
Yeah, I can kind of see it slowly turning around with, I know there's a band called Fun out there, and Mumford and Sons. They seem to have something, that they're bringing back from, other generations to now, because there's kind of, I know rap, a lot of people love rap, and there's no problem with that, but it seems to be that's the only thing that my generation really is focusing on, or, there just seems to be too much fakeness in it today.
Yes.
They sound different on their album than they do live, and that's kind of a letdown, in my opinion, when you go see somebody live after hearing their awesome song and they sound nothing like they do on their record.
I know that's such a disappointment. I can't tell you, and I know you know going to concerts and listening to people. Oh gosh, I've been let down so many times because I'm like, wow, bought all these albums, got all these records, got all these things I've listened to, loved your music, and then you hear them live and you're like, oh, that was not good.
It's really sad. It's really sad that a lot of the auto tuning kind of changes everybody's voice.
It does. And there's nothing real about it anymore. And that's what I like about your voice is that you have great pitch, you have great tone, and you really, really sing those songs from your heart. And it really shows through your music. And I can say that being, I'm part of Music and More Studio and promotions here in North Carolina. We're engineers here and we record all the time professionally. And when I went to play back and listen to your tunes, I was like, wow, this girl can really sing.
Thanks.
She has really good pitch. You have great depth and a great, radio voice, and you have a great recording voice, which sometimes is hard to find.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you on that one. Thank you so much for the compliment.
Yeah, it's really, really good, and I've enjoyed your tunes, and I can't wait for you to make more tunes because I think the best is yet to come.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm gonna definitely probably have a new one probably in about a month or so.
Yeah, and make sure to use jamcityamerica.com's website. There's a community page, and post any venues, any places that you're going to be, so the people that are listening from Florida can go to those venues so they can go check you out and see you. And, you never know when scouts and people, that are constantly looking for the new music, there are people listening all the time, and they're trying to find really great artists, and I really think somebody needs to find you and put you out there on a great stage somewhere.
Thank you. Yes, I'm definitely trying to do that next, trying to make the next step.
That's great. And, even though we've got, these tunes that we've played here, I just really think that you're going to come up with so much more stuff in the years to come, and I can't wait to play Kym Larsen's greatest hits. That's so cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely agree with you on that one. I'm definitely pretty anxious to get going, and it's hard to get going sometimes because it takes so long to kind of, take steps little at a time.
Yes. It does. It's just a little at a time. And I wanted to thank you for coming on to the Crissy Show here on Jam City America Radio. And thank you for allowing us to play your great music. You have great, wonderful tunes. And I hope that we can have you on for an interview later on in the future and play more tunes and see what you're up to.
Of course. Yes. Thank you so much for letting me come on tonight. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem. And we'll sign out and we'll get back up with you later on. And I want you guys to stay tuned in because next we have another band that's coming on, and it's their Christian hip hop band called Same Mission. And we have Restore, who's going to be calling in just a little bit to talk with us. And Kym Larsen, I wish you the best of luck. I think you're absolutely awesome. You're wonderful. And thank you for letting us play your tunes.
Yes, thank you so much. You're welcome, and have a very good night.
Thank you. All right, guys, we'll be right back. Stay tuned in to the Crissy Show.